Looking for new clients? You're going to want to stick around for today's episode so that you can learn how to find, bid, and win government contracts. Let's get into the episode.
Can't say I never tried to warn ya. And I'm just trying to tell ya.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ed Troxel from edtroxel.com, and I am here to help you get your video game all on point here. That's what we're all about, is helping you go live so that way you can share your greatness with the world. So if you need help with your live streaming strategy, be sure to reach out anytime. You can message me and we will get you set up. Now, today's episode is going to be a fun one. I am bringing on a special guest who I've had on the show before, and we have so much to catch up on. And if this is your first time joining, welcome. Let me just set the stage for this episode. So in this episode, you are going to be eavesdropping in on the conversation I'm having with my guest, who is a fellow entrepreneur. You are going to be able to hear how entrepreneurship has been for both of us, the ups, the downs, and everything in between. So you're going to be sitting at the table right there next to ours. So grab some coffee, grab something to drink, take some notes, and we're about to dive into the conversation. And today you're going to learn about government contracts. That's going to be exciting. So stick around, because this is how you can find, bid, and win some government contracts. Now let's go ahead and jump into the conversation, and be sure to stick around till the end to find out more details. And if you can, share this out with your friends. Welcome. How are you?
Hello, Ed. It's good to see you again. I am well.
It's so good to see you. And we have so much to catch up on because it has been a long time, as we were just talking about.
Yes, indeed. And I'm excited to be here. So I'm glad we stayed connected via social media.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey, because it's been, gosh, I feel like probably at least 4 years now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years, I believe. And so we met on social, and we have been able to stay connected and keep in each other's lives through social.
Right.
And I want you to catch me up on what you're doing right now with the business. Like, give me a rundown, because I know it's been a while and I want to catch up and see how business is going.
Sure. Well, what I'm doing with the business now, I'm still focused in on business. I'm a business growth strategist, and I specialize in educating and training small business owners in understanding the government contracting industry. And how I do that is through training and development. I teach them the process, teach them how to work on their proposals, prepare a proposal, teach them to understand strategy. So it's all about getting them geared up to win these government contracts, because it's a lot of money out there for them.
Yes. And so let's talk about all that money, because right now I know we could all use some of that money. And as an entrepreneur, I would have never thought, before I met you, I would have never thought about government contracts. To me, that didn't even come close to my thinking. I was just like, no, I need to go out here and get individual clients through social media and personal connections.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought about government contracts. So how does that work? Like, what are we talking about when we talk about government contracts? And is that for real people like us?
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it really simple, because a lot of people that I come across, small business owners, entrepreneurs, they tend to get overwhelmed and saying this is something that's unreachable to them.
Yeah.
So it is my job, and what I enjoy doing is to break down and let you know, yes, you can win government contracts as well. The government, let's think about this. The government is $1 trillion industry.
Well,
Buy everything. They are the largest purchaser of goods and services. And when you may think about, well, will the government buy from me? I get that a lot from small business owners. I provide this type of service. Will they really buy my expertise? and my skill set? My answer to you is yes. They buy from products, they buy toilet paper, all the way to space shuttle equipment. They buy IT, they buy janitorial facilities maintenance, they buy training and development, they buy cyber. Think about cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Technology that you have at the tip of from like the back of your hand, they are buying it from companies just like yours. So there's a lot of opportunity out there, but the problem is a lot of people don't know about it.
Yes.
Or because I hear conversations about, well, I heard someone told me, or I went to this seminar and they spoke of it, and I was like, wow, it was like something like a new revelation. But they've been doing this for hundreds of years, so they buy it from business owners, from government contractors like yourself.
Wow. See, that's what's so impressive is that we don't know what we don't know. And to have people like you educate us and share that knowledge with us. And let me ask you, because you've been doing this for a long time, how did you get into this? Like, how did you even know? Because like us, maybe you didn't know beforehand.
Right, right. I actually got involved in government contracting being a military spouse. So
Ah,
I actually lived on the base, right?
yeah.
So there was government contractors on the bases. So that is my first exposure to this world of government contracts, because there were companies, there are corporations that and I know, today that they have commercial arms, private clients, but they also are in the government space. Companies, big companies, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, CACI, all these big companies, and even smaller companies,
Okay.
they are in this space. It's just another space for them to diversify their portfolio of income by servicing government agencies.
Wow. And so, okay, so you learned about it there on the base, and then you decided to go all in. What kind of sparked that interest? And was that your first time jumping all into entrepreneurship?
What sparked my interest, because it was like plain sight. It's hidden but plain sight,
Yeah.
meaning that I've done this for over 20 plus years. I've worked for large government contractors bidding on multi-million dollar projects. For as I we moved around
Yeah.
the military, so I've been exposed to this. And I had always said once I left corporate America, I was going to teach others those what I call hidden secrets on how to do the same, because I felt that the small guy or gal, the small business owner, may not have had the opportunity to even know about this industry or even know that they can participate. I mean, there are laws out there to level the playing field for the small business owner so they can participate and get a piece of the pie, a piece of the contract awards.
Wow. And so when you were building this out, and even to this day too, I'm sure, how how do people find you, and how do you kind of get through that? Because I feel like with entrepreneurship, it doesn't matter if you're just starting or you're well into your business, marketing is always a challenge, especially
Mhm.
these days because there's so much grabbing our attention, especially because now we have the pandemic, so can't just do, old school style with flyers at the coffee shop. And so there's just so much going on. So it can be challenging for everyone, whether they're new or very seasoned. So how do you kind of get the message out there?
I think marketing is key. Marketing is very important. Content. Showing up, doing live streams, doing shows such as this in order to get the word out. One of my colleagues that told me a couple years ago, Tina, you are the best kept secret. And I was like, I don't want to be the best kept secret. Does, you got to be confident enough to come on platforms such as yours in regards to sharing and providing value. And So I really think the digital marketing space is key to my business because I'm a virtual coach. I work with clients all over the United States. Doesn't matter where you live, we meet electronically, on an online platform, and I'm able to provide that help that they need. So that doesn't stop us, but I think that curated content, showing up, being consistent, and live stream. It's okay to mess up, but
Yeah.
you have to just do it.
Oh,
I
you're
do.
speaking to my heart right now. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. It's so, so key. And you point out live stream. As you know, I love live streaming, and it's been a game changer for my business and for others who I've worked with. And it's something that it seems so simple in one aspect because it's right there on our device and it's just a button. But it's so complex on the other hand because there's so many things that go into it, that can go into it, in some cases should go into it. And so it's one of these features that we have at our fingertips,
Mhm.
and we can just start where we are and
Yes.
then progress from there, and not let the technology intimidate us, and really be able to take a step back and understand that it's not going to be perfect. It just has to be
Mhm.
done.
Exactly. I was telling someone that the other day. Done is better than perfect.
Yes.
And even to the point where I was looking at some old videos, and I looked at 2 years ago when I was doing a training. I did a video on YouTube, and I'm like, oh my god! But then I did it anyway. Or I remember my first Periscope, and going live on Periscope. I was afraid, but I did it anyway. And I think that you build
Yeah.
that muscle of going live and that confidence you need. But I think the in regards to attraction and marketing is providing valuable information, valuable content so people can know, like, and trust you and want to engage further for your product or services.
Oh, so, so true. And that's what I love about live streaming, is that it's the quickest way to do that, and to be able to allow people to see you, to hear you, to feel your energy, and to really
Mm-hmm.
just connect on a human level.
Exactly. Exactly.
And when it comes to the business part,
Yeah.
what struggles have you faced with being an entrepreneur? Because we all know that it's not easy, and it's not always going to be sunshine and smiles every day.
Right. Right. I think that in regards to the struggle could be in regards to not having the proper everything laid out, the proper infrastructure to where if you're an entrepreneur just getting started, you may have to do things on your own versus having the capacity to invest in certain things. But start where you are anyway. That
Yeah.
will come. But then also understanding that sometimes it gets lonely, meaning that you don't have someone to just like, let me talk to you about this, or or give me a suggestion about that. Sometimes you have to figure things out. But I think the challenge is a lot of entrepreneurs, they're excited, especially at the beginning of the year. They're going to do X, Y, and Z, but you have to stay in there for the long haul. You have to be consistent and persistent in order to really scale and grow.
Oh, so, so true. And that's a key part right there, is that consistency, and really kind of trying to put on those blinders, because shiny object syndrome is out there and it is real.
Yes, it is.
And now, when it comes to the finding these government contracts, jobs, which obviously you're the go-to person for this, is it kind of like going to, we'll just say, Amazon, opening up the Amazon app and browsing a whole list of things by industry? Or like, how does somebody even get started? When they start thinking about, I need clients, and this government contracting thing sounds like it could be a cool thing for me to check out. What kind of happens next?
Right. The government has their own websites and portals and everything. First and foremost, you just can't say, I want to be a government contractor. You have to implement. There's actionable steps that one must take. You first must be an approved government contractor, meaning that you're going to be approved by the government to be able to provide whatever product or service that you want to sell to government agencies. So, first thing is go to sam.gov and fill out the application in order to be an approved government contractor. Once you are approved and vetted through the government, then that allows you now to go out and actually bid on opportunities.
Interesting. And do I have to be a certified to guarantee these jobs?
You do not have to be certified. For instance, when I talked about certification, let's talk about that because
Yeah.
some people think that, okay, I have my certification as a woman-owned small business, a service disabled veteran-owned small business. It's a social economic disadvantage classification, right? So there are certain monies set aside for those who qualify for that. So if I get certified, it increases my chances of, it's a smaller pool of competition that are going to be bidding on those type opportunities. But you do not have to be certified to get as far as social economic certifications in order to win a project or a contract. You can just be a small business owner, and let's say this opportunity, the government, let me just break this down and keep it really simple. If the government needs you to fulfill a service, what they do is that they write up a scope of work or a statement of work and saying, this is our challenges and this is what we need.
Okay.
And they put it out there to the world of government contractors. They put a solicitation out saying, this is the RFP number, request for proposal, or I'm requesting a quote. This is my issue. Here's the statement of work. This is what we need and to fulfill. This is our challenge. I'm looking for government contractors who can do this work, and I'm going to award it to the one that I feel that's best suited for my issue, that can solve my problem, right? So I'm a government contractor. I'm looking through the portal, the website, and I say, oh, wow, I think I can do this work. Then I'm going to put my name in the hat. I'm going to bid on it. They're going to evaluate it. You're going to follow instructions. I'll do everything you need to do. They will evaluate it, and they will determine if you're the winner or not.
Okay.
They seek out business owners, i.e. government contractors, say, hey, this is our issue. We need this. We need product. We need technical services. Just everything you can think of. That's how they do it. They solicit and then we bid on it competitively. When I work with my clients, I work with them in a competitive range, so competitive bidding.
Okay.
So they're bidding against other government contractors to win that project, to win their work.
Yeah. No, that's fascinating. And I can see why one would need to hire a coach to get through this, because this is basically, I feel like anytime you deal with the government, you need some guidance, because I think about when you want to make file a trademark. It's like, it's not easy, and the website is not easy to read. So hiring someone like you to help them is huge, because that cuts down on so much time and so much confusion. Like,
yes,
out.
Exactly. That is why it is great to have myself or someone like me in your corner, because that's when the education part come in, and when I focus on the training those aspiring government contractors, or even those who are currently winning projects, but they still have money leaks. They're leaking money, meaning they're not making the best amount of profit. I work with those clients as well on a consultant basis. So it's a point of they need the help. I go right to the chase. I tell them and teach them what they need to know so they won't become overwhelmed, because one of the problems when people, they say, oh, I registered as a government contractor. I went into the system. I'm a government contractor. Now what?
Yeah.
I know what to do. So those are the ones, majority of those individuals, they actually are part of my Facebook group. They're new to government contracting, and I educate them on the procurement process to set their business up, to set them up for success.
Oh, I love that. And did I hear correctly? You have a Facebook group?
I do. Mhm.
Okay, so tell me about the Facebook group, because I know with entrepreneurs, so many of us are trying to tie in social media, of course, all the major networks. And then there's that next layer, which is the groups, in specifically the Facebook groups. And it can be overwhelming to have to show up in all of these places, deliver all of this content, and then still try to figure out how to get clients to actually work with. And so
Yes.
the Facebook group is a great resource. And so how did you kind of get into that space?
Well, through investing in coaching to the point where I was the first one in my Facebook group. Now we have over 1,200 members in the group, but those are curated individuals within the group, meaning that those ones, they're not just random people. Those are people who have what's it? Found me on social media because I've been, out and about or speaking or whatever, or my topics and keywords and all of that stuff resonated with them, and they found me through, the social media platforms. But those are curated people because we talk about government contracts. They're either government contractors or those who are ready to move forward to be one, and also invest in my coaching programs. So within the Facebook group, it's a community. I think it's important to have a community, your tribe, of where you can go in and meet them at the door. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. And then let them know that it's okay. We're in a safe space to learn together, to grow together. And I come in there and I teach and I train, and then that's where that consistency comes in. Because I know it's so easy to open a Facebook group, but if you're not consistent, oh my goodness. I mean, why did you even, attempt to do it? So really be focused and intentional if you are going to have a Facebook group, and keep it active.
Oh, speaking so many like, that is key, because as you mentioned, it's so easy to start a Facebook group. Literally 2 or 3 clicks and it's done. And then of course you can invite everyone and everyone can invite others. But again, that's a number, and we're not worried about the number. We're worried about the quality and the consistency. And that's so important, because especially now with the way Facebook's algorithm works, having that engagement is how your posts are going to get seen, even inside of a Facebook group. So before it used to be, oh, let's just get a bunch of people into our Facebook group because no one's seen our business page, so we'll kind of trick Facebook. And then Facebook's like, well, that's not going to work for much longer. So now it's like, even if they're in your group, they're not going to see all your posts, because unless there's that engagement going on, Facebook's like, it's not really that great. So we'll just keep moving.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. That is so true. And then even to the point where other platforms, for expansion of your digital space, your footprint, YouTube, I put content on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. So just various platforms in order to consistently market. I market my products and services and the value that I bring to my clients. I think that's important as an entrepreneur or a small business owner.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you know what's funny? So I'm not a huge on LinkedIn, but I feel like this would be such that would be such a great space for you as well to be showing up, because of the different types of businesses that are on there, and just the tone of LinkedIn for that.
Exactly. So I'm there as well.
Nice. And when it comes to what's next in 2021, because obviously things things didn't plan out so well for any of us in 2020, or I can say
Mhm.
they didn't plan out the way we thought in 2020. What are your hopes and goals for what's coming in the next year?
Well, what my goals are for next year is to work with more established small business owners, a higher revenue mark, where
Yeah.
they actually have a brick and mortar and staff.
Oh, nice.
They need help in understanding and training, the training and development of going after bids and so forth. So that procurement process, going in and training their staff. So
Okay.
another level to my training because now I'm comfortable enough. I've created an academy. I have an online academy
Oh,
for my solopreneurs. I can take them through that academy easily. I mean, it's curated content and membership programs and so forth for those who are willing to invest. So I've established my GBS Training Academy. Now, the next level in 2021 will be to go and market the training to small business owners, but ones that have revenues in the millions.
okay. That's super cool that you also have the academy part and you're tying in that you have the foundation there and now it's okay, now we're going to go out and market XYZ.
Mhm.
That is really, really key. And how did you come up with the idea for the academy? Because I know digital products and memberships are hot right now, and it's
Mhm.
always nice to have. But again, it's one more thing to do or one more thing to figure out. So how did that come about?
Well, it came about, I believe that, I wanted to work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
And I know that I have a lot of intellectual capital right here.
Yeah.
I needed to get out. And I know that it would benefit the small business owner, especially me being mentored by 6 and 7 figure executive income earners within government contracts.
Wow.
A lot of stuff. All right.
Yes, that is a
So,
ton of knowledge up there.
yeah, yeah. So I wanted to bring it down and then break it down as much as I can, so the everyday business owner can understand and comprehend. So I have various levels. I have a beginner level coaching programs. I have intermediate and advanced. So
Ooh,
my goal is to meet you where you are.
yes.
So I think it's important. And then also, again, when I talked about working smarter, not harder, we both understand reoccurring revenue.
Yes.
We want to get paid for our content,
Yeah.
our training and development. So if I do it, I put it together, a lot of work now, a lot of work. But I did it one time, but I can run people through my program,
Yeah.
and that just makes it much better.
Oh, yeah, it's so good because that's the important part. And I think too, the levels that you mentioned, you have those sounds like 3 levels,
Hmm.
and those are key for us to remember because again, shiny object syndrome, we can have all of these digital products, we can have all of these membership sites, but if they're not in line with our main focus, it's hard to actually build those up because creating, while it may be a challenge to create something in the beginning, that's the easy part. Because once it's created, now you got to figure out how to actually sell it. And
Right.
that's the challenge because you actually have to market it to the right
Yes.
people.
Yes.
That's always the challenge. So that's awesome. This has been so amazing to catch up and to be able to learn more about the government contract. And anything else that you wanted to share before I let you go? Because I know we covered quite a bit here.
Sure. If any, I just want to let everybody know. I know I put a lot of information out here in a short time frame, but if anyone that is interested in learning more about government contracts, they can actually apply for a call with me and we
Uh,
can see exactly, if we will be able to work together. So I do have a link, a bit.ly link that they can actually set up an app, me apply to talk with me. And I don't know if I could type it in or not, but it is bit.ly/call with Tina.
And
Call
I'll put
with
that in the chat
Tina.
too.
And then we can see how we can work together.
Yeah, that is amazing. I am so happy that that you were able to join me today, and I thank you so much for sharing all of that amazing information. And I can't wait for us to connect again soon.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Ed. You've been amazing. I mean, it's been fun knowing you and watching your journey as well. And, I'm excited for 2021 for both of us.
Yes, yes. Cheers to that. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode and you learned something new, especially when it comes to these government contracts. It's amazing. The link is down in the comments below. All the information to connect with our guests will be in the notes below as well. And we're just so appreciative that you were able to join us, even if you're listening to this on the replay. We appreciate you. If you need any help from my standpoint with your video and helping you with your online marketing efforts, please reach out. Let's have a quick chat. I'll point you in the right direction and get you what you need. So that way you can make the rest of 2020 and 2021 really special and really be able to get your voice out there, get seen, and really just make a difference here, more of a difference here online. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will talk to you next time. Take care.